Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are digging into something we all struggle with, right? Why is it so incredibly hard to make big changes stick? We're going to look at the surprising science behind why we so often fail and, more importantly, uncover this powerful, kind of counterintuitive strategy that might just be the key to lasting success. You know the feeling. It's January 1st, you set this huge, ambitious goal, you're full of motivation, you're ready to go, and then a few weeks, maybe a month later, poof, it's gone. It's such a frustrating cycle, and it happens to pretty much all of us. And I mean, the numbers back this up. Get this, studies show that within just 4 months, a full quarter of all New Year's resolutions are totally abandoned. And even crazier, the average person makes the same resolution 10 years in a row without succeeding. 10 years. Wow. So what is going on here? Are we all just, fundamentally lazy? Do we just lack willpower? Well, the surprising answer is no. It's not a personal feeling at all. It's a strategic one. The problem isn't you, it's the way you're trying to change. See, our culture is obsessed with this idea of innovation, right? We love the idea of a radical overnight transformation. You know, the extreme makeover, the crash diet, that super intense workout program. It's all about that all or nothing approach. But here's the thing, that whole go big or go home strategy, well, it's exciting for sure, but it usually just leads to going home. So why does it backfire so spectacularly? The reason is pretty fascinating. It goes completely against the way our brains are actually wired. Okay, and this is where things get really cool. We're gonna dive into a little bit of neuroscience to see what's actually happening inside our heads when we try to make one of those big leaps. Just think about this from a survival standpoint for a second. For thousands and thousands of years, our brains evolved to see anything new or different as a potential threat, right? A weird noise in the bushes, a new path in the woods, that could mean a predator was nearby. And that ancient safety program, it is still running in the background of our modern brains. So deep inside your brain, there's this little part called the amygdala. Think of it as your internal alarm system. When it senses a threat, like a lion on the savannah, it flips a switch and triggers that classic fight or flight response, getting you ready to either run for your life or fight. Okay, now here is the absolute key. To that ancient part of your brain, a huge, radical goal, like vowing you're gonna hit the gym 7 days a week, can feel just as scary as that lion. Seriously. So the alarm goes off, fear floods your system, and the amygdala basically slams the door shut on your cortex. And the cortex, that's the smart, rational problem-solving part of your brain, the exact part you need to achieve your goal. It gets completely locked out. But what if you could just sneak past that guard? What if you could tiptoe right by those blaring alarm bells? Well, that's the secret. By making a change that is so ridiculously small it seems almost pointless, you bypass that fear response completely. Your smart brain stays online, and suddenly the path to success is wide open. And this gentle, kind of stealthy approach to making a change, it actually has a name. It's called Kaizen. Now, the word Kaizen is Japanese, and it basically means continual improvement. But the idea behind it is totally universal, and it's been around forever. It's all about achieving huge goals through tiny, consistent, manageable steps. You know, this ancient piece of wisdom really nails the whole spirit of Kaizen. It's not saying, forget about the 1,000-mile journey. Not at all. It's saying, put all your focus, all your respect on the incredible power of taking that very first, single, manageable step. And this isn't just some philosophical idea, it has a proven track record in the modern world. It was used here in America to ramp up manufacturing during World War II. And then it literally helped rebuild Japan's entire industry after the war. And today, it's used by huge companies and regular people all over the world to create real, lasting change. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, right? But what does it actually look like in the real world? Let's check out a quick story that really brings this whole idea to life. So, meet Julie. She's a single mom, totally stressed out and overworked. Her doctor tells her she needs to start exercising. But for Julie, a goal like work out for 30 minutes a day, that just felt completely impossible. It just brought on more guilt and that familiar fear of failure. So her doctor, instead of giving her this big, scary workout plan, suggested something that sounds, well, almost silly. He said, how about you just march in place in front of the TV every day for 1 minute? Just 1 minute. That's it. But see, that 1-minute step was so tiny, so completely non-threatening, that it didn't set off any of those brain alarms we talked about. It was an easy win. And that one small success created just a tiny bit of momentum. Pretty soon, 1 minute turned into 2, and her brain started carving out a new pathway, one that actually began to crave this new habit. The change started to feel, well, almost effortless. Julie's story is just a perfect example of this science in action. When you take these teeny tiny steps, you are literally rewiring your brain. You're building new neural pathways, you're sneaking past those ancient fear circuits, and you're actually training your mind to welcome change instead of fighting it tooth and nail. So the big question is, how do you actually put this to work for yourself? How can you apply this amazing principle to your own goals, like right now, today? Well, the Kaizen Way often starts not with a big action, but with a small question. And this is so important. It has to be a question that's small enough that it doesn't feel scary at all. See, your brain absolutely loves to solve puzzles. So when you ask these small, gentle questions, you're engaging its creative, problem-solving side without setting off that fear alarm that makes you freeze up. And what's really cool is the answers will start popping into your head, often when you least expect it. And it's really important to remember, this isn't about becoming fearless. Fear isn't the enemy. A lot of times, fear just means you're aiming for something that really matters to you. Kaizen isn't about getting rid of the fear. It's about making the next step so incredibly small that you can do it even when you're feeling that fear. So by embracing these small, gentle steps, you're not giving up on your big goals. Not at all. You're just building a smarter, more reliable, stress-free bridge to actually get to them. You can achieve things that maybe right now feel completely out of reach. So really, the only question left is, what's your first small step going to be?